The issue of homelessness in Washington state is a complex and multifaceted problem that has been a growing concern for both residents and policymakers. In recent years, homelessness has become more visible in cities across the state, including Seattle, Spokane, Tacoma, and Olympia. This essay will provide an in-depth look at the factors contributing to homelessness in Washington, its impact on individuals and communities, and the efforts being made to address this crisis. 1. Causes of homelessness in Washington. Homelessness in Washington, like in many other regions, is driven by a combination of economic, social, and personal factors. These include housing affordability. The cost of housing in Washington, especially in major cities like Seattle, has skyrocketed in recent years. This has made it increasingly difficult for low-income individuals and families to secure stable housing. Income inequality. Income inequality is a significant factor in homelessness. While Washington is home to some of the country's wealthiest individuals and companies, a substantial portion of the population struggles to make ends meet. Mental health and addiction issues. Many homeless individuals in Washington suffer from mental health disorders and substance abuse problems. The lack of access to appropriate treatment exacerbates their homelessness. Lack of affordable health care. The absence of affordable health care options makes it difficult for people to address their medical and mental health issues, contributing to homelessness. Domestic violence. Domestic violence can force individuals and families out of their homes and into homelessness as they seek safety and stability. Systemic racism. Communities of color in Washington are disproportionately affected by homelessness due to systemic racism that limits opportunities and access to resources. 2. Impact of homelessness. Homelessness has profound effects on individuals and communities in Washington. Health. Homeless individuals face greater health risks due to exposure to the elements, lack of proper nutrition, and limited access to health care. This results in higher rates of chronic illnesses and shorter lifespans. Education. Homeless children often struggle to attend school regularly, impacting their educational attainment and future prospects. Safety. Homelessness increases vulnerability to violence and exploitation, particularly for women and LGBTQ+ individuals. Economic costs. Addressing the immediate needs of homeless individuals, such as emergency shelters and health care, places a significant financial burden on local governments and taxpayers. Community well-being. The presence of homeless encampments can impact the safety and aesthetics of neighborhoods, affecting property values and community cohesion. 3. Efforts to address homelessness. Washington state and local governments have been taking steps to address homelessness. Housing First approach. Many cities have adopted a Housing First model, which prioritizes providing stable housing as the first step toward addressing homelessness. Supportive services are then offered to help individuals maintain their housing. Homeless Services Coordination. Efforts have been made to coordinate homeless services across different agencies to ensure a more efficient and effective response to homelessness. Affordable housing initiatives. Various programs aim to increase the availability of affordable housing, including subsidies, rent control measures, and the construction of low-income housing. Mental health and addiction services. Expanding access to mental health and addiction treatment services is a critical component of addressing homelessness. Homelessness prevention. Initiatives to prevent homelessness include rental assistance programs, eviction prevention efforts, and employment support. Supportive employment. Programs that provide job training and employment opportunities for homeless individuals help them regain self-sufficiency. 4. Challenges and controversies. Despite these efforts, several challenges and controversies persist. NIMBYISM. Opposition from some communities, often due to concerns about property values and safety, can hinder the development of affordable housing and shelter facilities. Resource constraints. The demand for homeless services often outstrips available resources, leading to wait lists and inadequate support for those in need. Housing shortages. Even with affordable housing initiatives, there is a shortage of affordable units, making it challenging to house everyone in need. Mental health and addiction treatment gaps. There is a need for increased investment in mental health and addiction treatment facilities and services. 5. The way forward. Addressing homelessness in Washington requires a multi-pronged approach that combines housing solutions, mental health and addiction treatment, employment support, and a commitment to addressing the root causes of homelessness. It also requires community engagement and collaboration among government agencies, nonprofits, and the private sector. Homelessness is a deeply entrenched issue, but with sustained effort and a comprehensive strategy, Washington can make progress in reducing homelessness and improving the lives of its residents. It is a challenge that requires not only financial resources but also empathy, understanding, and a commitment to social justice. In conclusion, homelessness in Washington state is a complex and pressing issue that affects individuals and communities across the region. While various efforts are being made to address homelessness, challenges remain, and it will require continued collaboration and investment from both the public and private sectors to make lasting progress in combating this crisis.